Hey guys, Antvenom here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I'm going to be giving you guys a rough and dirty overview of the 15W36A snapshot. If you guys are interested in any of the technical details that I didn't wind up explaining, be sure to check out the Reddit thread in the comment section, or the description down below rather, where you can see all of the really nitty-gritty technical changes, because there's a couple of things that I won't be going over in this video. And I know that I haven't been covering these snapshots quite as, like consistently as maybe I should. I haven't been reviewing a lot of the ones that have come out with the combat update. So if you guys would like to see me review the ones that I haven't covered and review them more consistently, let me know in the comment section down below. And the reason why that's been is because I sort of feel like if a big YouTuber winds up getting to the snapshot review first, that it almost doesn't feel worth it, and you guys may not be interested in seeing it. So let me know if I am wrong in that sentiment. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and let's get into this snapshot right away here. So one of the biggest changes that has come about with this snapshot is the way that collision works within Minecraft. So if I go ahead and well, okay, it's not going to work with the zombie, but if I go ahead and I press myself up against this creeper here, you actually notice that the creeper looks a bit shorter than it used to. I don't know why that is. It really does. That's really weird. Anyways, I don't think that has anything to do with it, but specifically when I push myself up against entities, and this will also work with players, it'll push the mob around and it'll also push me back. Like, I'll actually have a bunch of resistance up against the mob as well. So let me go ahead and let me summon in a piggy or something like that, and as you can see with the piggy, it's, really apparent as well. Like, I cannot push my way through this piggy unless I, like, sprint through it or something, and the mob will wind up pushing itself out of the way as well. So, yeah, that's a new change that has come in with the snapshot. Now, I can understand how this might be a controversial change in that if you have a server that has parkour and you have a bunch of players on it, then obviously the players are going to be pushing themselves around. And one thing that I was hoping that Dinnerbone would implement with this snapshot is the ability to change this sort of behavior within the team's game rules, or the scoreboard specifically. And thankfully, Dinnerbone actually did do just that. So if I go ahead and I type in scoreboard and I go to the teams area, hit option, and then select the team that I've created and joined, you'll actually see here that there is a rule called collision rule. And there are 4 different collision rules. There's always, push own team, never, and push other teams. If you have it set to always or push own team, you will always push the regular entities around. If you have it set to never or push other teams, you will never push them around. But specifically, this applies with players. So if I wanted to, for example, only push other, team players, then I can set it to this game rule and it will allow me to do that. If I always want to push everything, you can set it to always. If you only ever want to push things on your own team, then you can set it to that. And if you never want to push anything around, you can set it to this. And it will make it so that I literally don't even push around this piggy at all. So pretty cool. So if you guys want to, have it work that way, then you can have it work that way. And, you have all kinds of options for that. So it's pretty cool how that works. So anyways, moving on here, there's a couple of changes that I don't really have specifics on, but the memory usage was optimized for when you connect to servers, which is pretty cool. Optimizations are always awesome. And the AI has been improved on a bunch of mobs, or specifically it's been changed on a bunch of mobs. Now, I looked around for the technical details of this and I couldn't find them, and I tried messing around with the mobs for myself and I couldn't find those. So if you guys do happen to find those for yourselves, then let me know what they are in the comment section down below. But moving on to the next big change with this snapshot, the armor itself has been rebalanced, and so has a bunch of the enchantments, including sharpness. And basically, in a nutshell, without getting into the technical details that I said I wouldn't be getting into, armor protects less now. So it specifically also protects less from stronger attacks. So armor in general is not as protective as it used to be, but it's still pretty protective. It's no longer pointless, or it's not pointless or anything like that. But the sharpness enchantment has been retooled as well. And this one's a little bit more of a technical change, but let me go ahead and let me try and make it simple terms for you guys. So prior to this snapshot, the way that sharpness would work on weaponry is that sharpness 1 would add 1.25 damage to your weapon. Sharpness 2 would add 2.5 damage, which is 1.25 more than 1.25. Sharpness 3 would add another 1.25 on top of that, making it 3.75, and sharpness 4 would add another 1.25, making it 5 additional damage. So sharpness itself is a lot weaker than it used to be. So sharpness 1 will initially add 1 damage, like just 1 additional damage, and every level beyond sharpness 1 adds 0.5 more. So sharpness 2 is 1.5, sharpness 3 is 2 damage more. Sharpness 4 is 2.5 damage more. So a lot weaker than it used to be, and will be exponentially weaker as you get more and more sharpness levels. So sharpness 5 will be 3 damage, whereas before it would be 6.25 damage. So you can see how this is going to be exponentially weaker and weaker as you get higher and higher levels with that. So yeah, that's actually how that works. And one change that I did think was coming about, as Jeb did hint at it, is that armor would protect less the weaker the armor itself was, but that's actually not the case. So if I go ahead and I set myself to game mode 1 here, and or game mode 0, there's a creeper right there, so I do want to be careful. But let's go ahead and let's eat up here. Oh yeah, the creeper's now after me. If I go ahead and I fall off of this cliff, it's going to deal a set amount of damage. So let me go ahead and let me kill at E-type equal creeper, just so that I can get it out of the way here. But if I go ahead and I fall off of this cliff here, you can see that it's going to deal exactly 4 damage to me. And I am wielding armor that is, you know, as you could probably tell, quite weak. But if I go ahead and... Okay, I heard that mob there, and I wasn't sure if that was like another creeper or something. But yeah, so as you can see, it dealt 4 damage there. Let me go ahead and let me heal myself up here to, let's see, where is it? Bam. If I go ahead and I fall off the cliff with pretty much full armor now, it is still 4 damage. So the durability of the armor does not affect the effectiveness of the armor itself. So yeah, that is my phone. Alright, so moving on here to something that's actually pretty cool. If you wind up, you know, using the fishing rod to hook other various mobs, rather than just sort of like derpily sticking to whatever mob you know, hit it with, it'll actually like stick right to the mob itself. So bam, like it'll actually stick to the mob, and you know, you can run a fair distance away, which has always been the case. But basically what I'm getting at is whenever you would hook a mob, it would look kind of derpy, and it no longer does. And actually it doesn't deal any damage anymore as well. It just hooks onto the mob itself. I don't think it ever did damage before, but it did trigger the damage looking effect, even though it never actually damaged the mob. So yeah, that looks kind of cool. And it also works with me hooking myself as well. So if I hook myself, I can walk around, I've hooked myself, even though I can't actually hook myself. That would be cool though, if you wind up hooking other players, if it would launch them towards you. I really hope that's a thing. So yeah, all right. So another update that has been, you know, that's come out with the snapshot is that apparently bows work better with shields now. I don't know if that's actually like a super specific thing, like if it's, you know, visually you can tell the difference. I'm guessing maybe it just kind of derped around before, but it no longer derps around. So you can actually, I guess, use them properly now, which is kind of cool. Okay, bam, die horse, die. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, that's pretty much that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover with this snapshot overview. If there's anything else that you guys like about this snapshot or the more recent snapshots, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. What has been your favorite change from the 1.9 snapshots? Me personally, I really do actually like the combat update, but the shields take up a little bit more of the screen than I care for them to take up. Like, that's a rather large portion of the screen. I kind of wish that maybe they were off to the edge a little bit more than they actually are. But otherwise, it's really cool, and I really like this update overall. So anyways, guys, let me know. But anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell, guys. Thanks so much for watching.